So for this video, I want to chat about my reading goals and my channel goals for 2025. And if all goes according to plan, this will come out on January 1st, 2025. So for anyone who's watching the day of, Happy New Year. 2024 is over and we have gotten to 2025. Overall, 2024 was a great year for me personally and reading wise. But for this video, I'm going to talk about all of the reading goals and the channel goals that I have for the new year. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So overall, I usually have the common goal, well, not common for most people, but for me, I want to at least read 120 books. That's 10 books a month. That's very doable. I don't remember how many books that I finished in 2024, but it was definitely more than 120. So as long as I keep that going, I'm happy. Also, like page wise, I mean, it usually depends on the type of books that I read, but I generally want to read more than like 150 pages a day on average. I'm pretty sure I hit that in 2024 as well. So just those general two things, just stay consistent with my reading all year is what I want. I know some months tend to be a little bit more down, but then some months, like readathon months, if we got readathons going on, I do a bit more. So on average, 10 books a month, 150 pages a day. That's what I want. Kind of my main goal, my reading goal, that is, of 2025. Me and Stacy both have the same goal. We both want to focus on reading books on our physical shelves. Specifically, we're going to tackle books that we think the other is not likely going to read. So it could have a likely or more likely for us to unhaul the books that we read. Because, some previous years, I had read a bunch of books either on Everend or Audible that that I didn't necessarily own physically. So a lot of these books that I've had for years just weren't being read. But at the tail end of 2024, I was doing a better job of actually picking up books on my physical shelves. And I'm going to be unhauling a lot of them. I'm sure we'll be doing a joint book unhaul and a book haul soon. But yeah, basically, we want to try to have more rooms on our shelves for all of the books that we're accumulating for, Christmas and birthday and all that stuff. So hopefully 2025 will be the year that we can both focus on reading a lot of our physical books and making more rooms on the shelves. And of course, this one is kind of fairly obvious, but I do want to keep up with all of the buddy reads and read alongs that are happening on the Book Astronomer Discord. We've obviously got Thrill, Chill, or Kill, where we pick one thriller, mystery, horror book a month. So I want to keep up with that. We've got the Stephen King Book Club, where we're reading one Stephen King book a month. So I want to obviously keep up with that. There's random fantasy stuff that we're going to be doing. In January, we're going to be starting with the Gentleman Bastards and reading that. And then we've got Dungeon Crawler Carl. So I want to keep up with that. I'm going to probably start up the Ray Bradbury Book Club in April. Give a little bit of a hiatus, but try to bring that back. Hopefully y'all are interested. And yeah, and then there's various buddy reads and read-alongs that I'm going to be participating in throughout the year. So I want to be able to keep up with that and maintain it and not get behind on any of those. I'm usually pretty good about that, but I want to make sure that I actually stick with those schedules. And I'm not sure if I'm going to really be able to do this year, but I'd like to be able to read more physically because I will be honest, like probably 95% of the books that I read, I'm reading through audiobook or I'm at least immersion reading along with the physical. But lately, I really have not been picking up a lot of just books that I read with my eyeballs, and I kind of miss that. I need to get more used to doing that because sometimes now, especially like if I start to read a book physically, especially like if it's later in the day or at night, I'm just going to fall asleep. So hopefully, maybe like in the mornings, I can try to pick up a physical book that I actually read with my eyeballs and try to get into that more. Because when I first started reading, like when I first got into reading, like in college, I didn't really know audiobooks were a thing. So I physically read everything. Like I read all of A Song of Ice and Fire with my eyeballs, Stormlight Archive, all of Stephen King's books, So I didn't really know audiobooks were a thing. But when I figured that out, it definitely made it easier to read more and more and more because I could do audiobooks while doing a lot of other stuff. But yeah, now because of that, I don't really physically read anymore. But hopefully I can manage to pick up a few more physical books this year and make that more a part of my reading. I'm also going to be embracing mood reading and DNFing. Now, this was kind of a thing that I've started to do at the tail end of 2024, where I just started randomly picking up books. And this happened because I am trying to get through a lot of our physical books. Sometimes my TBRs can be like very strict. I'm like, oh, these are the books that I'm going to read, and it's very rigid. But I'm going to try to keep my TBRs a little bit more open to actually mood reading, which, can lead to varied results. And at the tail end of 2024, I don't think this video has been out yet, but I've DNF'd a ton of books. I DNF'd 10 books in November and December. So I'm embracing it, and I've just lost a lot of patience. Like, I'm not going to sit there and plow through a book that I know is going to be like a 2 or 2.5 star book that I know I'm not going to have a good time with. So I'm just going to embrace the DNF. And overall, even though I am getting a lot of books that I'm DNFing now, like, it's gonna give me more time to read books that I'm actually going to enjoy reading. So I am going to DNF more books. Hopefully not a lot. Hopefully not 5 per month like I've been doing the last couple of months. But if I am reading a book that I know I'm not going to enjoy, I'm just not going to finish it. And also, like I said, mood reading, I'm going to try to pick up more books that I normally wouldn't pick up. Like, if I'm looking at a shelf, I'm like, I don't know if I want to read this. I'm just going to stick with something that's more of a comfort read, or more something that I know I'm going to enjoy. Like, I want to try to explore a bit more in 2025, hopefully. All right, so those are a lot of my reading goals. So basically 120 books, 150 pages a day on average. Try to get that number. I want to read more physical books that are on my shelf here to try to make more room for books that we're accumulating. Me and Stacy, this is kind of a mutual goal for us because this affects both of us. I want to obviously keep up with buddy reads and read-alongs, and I want to try to embrace physical reading more because, like I said, I do a lot of audio booking, so hopefully a bit more physical reads. And then I'm going to just embrace mood reading and DNFs. So those are my reading goals for 2025. Now I'm going to jump into more of my channel goals, which I don't have a lot of, but I do want to try to inform y'all on some of them. Kind of a loose goal, because I'm gaining subscribers at a decent rate. Last year I hit 2,000 subscribers, and can't thank y'all enough for continuing to support the channel. I think now I'm pretty close to 2,200, so I think a pretty safe goal for 2025 is to eventually hit 2,500 subs, which would be great. And then kind of a far goal, which I'm not sure if I'll quite get to in 2025, would be to hit 3,000 subs. That would be insane. But if I could hit that by December of 2025, that would be cool. But kind of my main goal, just to keep it simple, 2,500 I think is pretty attainable. 3,000 would be excellent, but might not quite get there. But yeah, I want to just continue to gain more subscribers and keep the ones that I have happy. Also, one of my very main goals for the channel is to consistently upload videos. Now, 2024, I did upload a good amount of content, but sometimes it was sporadic. Sometimes I would go a month or longer without uploading, and a lot of this would simply just be because of work, and I had a really hard time managing work, reading, and uploading videos. Like, a lot of the times I could only really do 2 of those at the same time. So I want to still try to consistently upload even if I'm working. So I want to try to maintain my Monday, Wednesday, Friday release date. So Monday, Wednesday, kind of have regular videos, and then every Friday have a Stephen King video for y'all. So that's my goal, is to consistently upload. Now, I'm not going to promise that it's going to be smooth the entire 52 weeks of 2025, but hopefully very consistently I can upload 3 videos a week. And also, I'm going to try to film and upload more shorts. Now, I've done some shorts in the past, and they've been pretty fun to do, but lately I've just kind of been sticking with videos. I kind of have the idea of going back and trying to do more skit videos, because those were just so much fun to do. A lot of those were Stephen King related, and I want to try to get more into those and maybe make them kind of shorter and condensed and do YouTube shorts for them. Would be fun. But also, I kind of have the idea of doing just like a mini book review for every book that I read, which I did a poll like a few months ago and people were interested. So I think I might try to do a short for every book that I read in 2025, just giving my overall impression of the book in a 60-second clip. So I want to try and do that and just probably not have a specific release date for those, but just kind of release them whenever and just see how it works. We'll see if that falls in my face or falls flat in my face, but that's one of the main goals I have too, is to release more shorts for y'all. Also, this should have been in my reading section, but I want to also stay consistent with finishing up series. So so many times, not even just last year, but just in general, a lot of the times I'll read book one, I really enjoy it, and then I'll either like read book two and not read book three, or I'll wait too long to read book two and I've forgotten a lot of book one. So 2025, if I start a series, I want to be able to finish the series. So I've got a couple of fantasy series that I'm going to do this with. First off being Priest of Bones, the first book in War for the Rose Throne by Peter McLean. I'm going to reread that first book in January, and my plan is to do one a month so that I can finally finish that series, because last year I loved book one, and then I just never got around to book two, and now I've forgotten too much. So that's one of my main goals too, is just if I start a series, I want to try to finish it in the same year. Maybe not necessarily back to back, but hopefully if I start one, I can at least read the next book relatively soon before I forget everything. All right, so those are all of my goals that I have for 2025, either for reading or for the channel specifically. Like I mentioned, 120 books, 150 pages a day, keep up to date with buddy reads and read-alongs, kind of embrace physical reading, maybe try to do a bit more of that. Also embracing mood reading and DNFing. Also trying to read a lot of the physical books that are on my shelf to try to make more room for the inevitable book hauls we're going to have throughout the year. And then some channel updates, or channel goals. I want to try to hit at least 2,500 subs by the end of the year. If not, potentially try to go for 3,000. That would be a lot of fun. I want to consistently upload, have a schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week, even if my workload is a lot. I want to try to stay consistent with that. And I want to film and upload more shorts for y'all. So those are all of my goals. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think these are obtainable for me. And let me know if there's anything you want to see on the channel in the new year. Comment all of that down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and continue to subscribe for more content. If you're not subscribed already, consider doing that, please. And I've got my Bookish Drummer Discord, me and Stacy's Discord, Bookish Drummer Discord. And we've got a ton of stuff going on there. As always, I've got my Patreon page down below if you want to go support me there for as little as $1 a month. And I got my Amazon wishlist if you want to buy me a book. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year, and thanks for watching.